welcome back to my channel. And so today we have another book haul, even though I know that we did a book haul very recently. So yeah, we're gonna dive right in. So I just want to preface to say that I am a big gigantic book reader, and recently I've been very into romance spicy books, and so I wasn't able to find them like on my bookshelf, which is why I went out and bought some more. And so we're gonna dive right in. So again, I know I did a book haul recently, but some of the books that I got here today were from the recent Target buy two get one free sale, as well as some books from Amazon that I couldn't get anywhere else, and plus they're cheaper on Amazon anyway. Okay, we're gonna dive right in, and we're gonna start off with the books from Target. So the first book that I got was from Casey McQuiston, and this is The Pairing, and I love Casey's writing. I read her Red, White, and Royal Blue book, and I loved it. I watched the movie as well, loved it. And so this is the book right here, and it has frayed edges as well, and it says some things taste better together. And so we have our two main characters, Theo and Kit, and they have been through a lot of things. So they're childhood best friends, they're crushes, lovers, and now estranged exes. After a brutal breakup on a flight to their dream European food and wine tour, they exited each other's lives. Time apart has done them good. Theo is a bartender and an aspiring sommelier with a long roster of lovers. Kit graduated as a reigning sex god of his pastry school and now bakes at one of the finest restaurants in Paris. All that remains is the unused voucher for the European tour that never happened. 4 years later, it seems like a great idea to finally take the trip. Solo. Separately. It's not until Theo and Kit board the tour bus that they discover they both accidentally had the same exact idea, and now they're trapped with each other for 3 weeks on the most romantic sights and sensuous flavors of France, Spain, and Italy. But it'll be fine as long as they agree they're absolutely over each other. So when Theo suggests a friendly wager to see who can sleep with their hot Italian tour guide, Kit is game. In fact, why stop there? Why not a full-on European hookup competition? But sometimes a taste of everything only makes you crave what you can't have. Oh my gosh, this book sounds spicy already, so I can't wait to read this book. Okay, the next book that I have right here is Goldfinch by Raven Kennedy. Goldfinch is actually part of the Plated Prisoner series, and I haven't read the other books yet in the series. This is actually the last book in the series, and it's a series with like a Midas story retelling, but made into like fantasy sort of. So I know there's romance in here. I know it's like a romantasy, so I'm very excited to get started on this series. But I have a lot of fantasy books on my TBR as well, so eventually we'll get to this series, but I heard that it's amazing. So if you're into romantasy and whatnot, try the Plated Prisoner series. Okay, next up I got from Target is the Ex Vows by Jessica Joyce. I love Jessica Joyce writing. I love her previous books. It was called You're with a View, and it reminded me of the movie like Letters to Juliet, I believe. But that in that book, Yours with a View, basically they were like enemies like in high school, like not enemies, like they just competed against each other, and then they went on like this road trip and whatnot. And yeah, it's a really nice book, and I love Jessica Joyce storytelling, so I really highly recommend that book. It's called You're with the View, somewhere on my bookshelf, but this is also by Jessica Joyce, and it's called The Ex Vows. So I loved her writing, which is why I got this book. And so we have Georgia Woodward. She lives by her list, none more so than one about her ex, Ellie Mora. It's full of the ironclad do's and don'ts they've been following since she returned to the Bay Area after their cataclysmic breakup 5 years ago. With the wedding of their mutual friend Adam looming, and them about to step into their roles as best woman and man, Georgia never needed it more. She refuses to threaten their tight-knit friend group with her messy and still present feelings. The rules on the list will keep her cool, calm, and compartmentalized. So what's not on her list? Ellie arriving from New York with a new rule-breaking attitude, and the all-inclusive venue burning to the ground, leaving the bride and groom in dire straits. Nor does she anticipate Adam asking her and Ellie to help him make a miracle happen together. As Georgia and Eli rushed up to Napa Valley to pull off the perfect wedding, their old chemistry comes back in Technicolor. Somewhere between cake tasting gone wrong, disastrous DJ auditions, and Eli heated attention, Georgia starts recognizing the man she fell in love with before. And if she lets herself break her rules, she might find that what they're building isn't something old that ruined them. It's a chance at something new. Okay, this sounds like a second chance romance trope book. So I'm very excited to read this book. I love Jessica Joyce's writing. So if you ever want a romance, a nice, good feel romance, check out Jessica Joyce book. I haven't read this one yet, but I know it's going to be phenomenal. Alright, the next book I got was from Krista Broadbent. This is the Six Scorches Roses. This is a short novel, like a novella, for her, based on her other two books, the Crowns of Nyaxia, like duology. So I have those two books on my bookshelf. I haven't read them yet, but I had to get this book when it came out because, like, look at the cover of this book. It looks amazing. So yeah, I won't read the back so that we don't ruin like the other two books, but these are the two books right here in the duology. This is a romantasy, again, that has to deal with like vampires. So I heard it's very nice, very spicy. So if you want a good vampire fantasy book, try out Carissa Broadbent's like duology books right here. Haven't read it yet, but I heard like raving reviews about it. Okay. Sorry for the coughing and sniffling. I'm like getting over a cold right now, but it's almost gone. I promise. Okay, the next book I got was by Emily Rath. This is Fcking Sweet. This is part of the Jacksonville Ray hockey series. So I have the two books on my bookshelf, like the first two books of the series. This is the third book in the series, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't like the first book too much. I actually didn't finish it. The first book is called what is it called? Pucking Around, I believe. Yeah, Pucking Around. And so I didn't finish that book because I don't know, it got a little bit too much for me, like with the main character and like the other characters, and I didn't DNF it, but I took a pause on it. But I love hockey romance, which is why I bought the third book. I love Emily's Rath like storytelling. It's just like the plot in the first book that I didn't like too much, and that's a me preference. But I did have to get this book because I know that I'll eventually read the other two books, just because I love a good spicy hockey romance book, not gonna lie. Okay, the next book I have is the Cross My Heart by Roxy Sloan. Again, like all these books that I'm talking about right now are from the Target Buy 2 Get 1 in free sale. And so this is part of the Oxford Legacy series. And this is book 1. So this is a dark romance book, I believe. So Anthony Sinclair, the future Duke of Ashford, a reckless enigma and my greatest temptation. I came here to Oxford University on a mission to uncover the truth about what happened to my sister, no matter the cost, until I need him. Saint is my passport to a central world of wealth and privilege, but something wicked is lurking behind these ivy-covered walls. Secret these people will kill to protect. Loyalty is everything to them, but will it be my ruin? Okay. There's a quick excerpt that says, "Welcome to the blazing hot, dark academia romance trilogy from U.S. Today bestselling author Roxy Sloan." Okay. So, if you like Anna Huang, Emily McIntyre, and Lauren Asher, this is a good dark romance academia series for you. That's what the back cover says. So, I love Anna Huang's like writing and whatnot. So, I hopefully will love this book as well. It's not a thick book at all. It seems like it's a very short read. And so I didn't know that this was a trilogy, so I definitely need the other two books if I like this first book. So, yeah. Okay. The last two books I got from my haul from Target is the Tomes and Tea series by Rebecca Thorne. The first book is called Can't Spell Treason Without Tea, and the second book is called A Pirate's Life for Tea. So these are, excuse me, from what I gathered, a cozy fantasy like book series. So Can't Spell Treason Without a Tree, I'm sure you heard of it, but Reina and Chiante want is to open a bookshop that serves tea while firelight drifts between the rafters. But Reina works as one of the queen's private guards, and Chiante is the most powerful mage in existence. Leaving their lives isn't so easy. But after an assassin takes Reina hostage, she decides she's thoroughly done risking her life for a self-centered queen. Meanwhile, Chiante has been waiting for a chance to flee responsibility, all the better that her girlfriend is on board. Together they settle in Tawny, a town nestled in icy tundra near Dragon Country, and open the shop of their dreams. What follows is a cozy tale of mishap, mysteries, and a murderous queen throwing the realm's biggest temper tantrum while these two women discover just what they mean to each other and the world. Aww, it says, "Run away with me," the mage had said, her eyes alight. "You like tea, I like books. Let's open a shop where somewhere remote and forget the world exists." Oh my god, this sounds so cozy. Okay. Oh, I can't wait to read this on like a cold winter night. So yeah. Okay, so this is just like the second book in the series, so I'm not going to read the back. So you just have to read this book first before you get to this book. But look at the sprayed edges. It's a solid color. I'm not a big fan of solid color or sprayed edges, but it just, I don't know, these two colors just makes me feel like fall, winter, cozy vibes. So yeah. All right. Oh, I also got this one book too. The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. This is the first book in the iconic Bridge Kingdom series. And I pre-ordered this. It comes with a new cover now. There were a previous cover for it, but like, look at this new cover, guys. It is so beautiful. Oh my god. Yeah. I was going to order the whole series from Blackwell, but I saw these new covers and I was like, I have to have them because they're so pretty. Okay. Diving in. A warrior princess trained in isolation, Lara is driven by two certainties. The first is that King Arin of the Bridge Kingdom is her enemy, and the second is that she'll be the one to bring him to his knees. The only route through a storm-ravaged world, the Bridge Kingdom of Ithacana, enriches itself and deprives its rival, including Lara's homeland. So when she's sent there as a bride under the guise of peace, Lara's prepared to do whatever it takes to fracture its impenetrable defenses and the defenses of its king. Yet, as she infiltrates her new home and gains a deeper understanding of the war to possess the bridge, Lara begins to question whether she's the hero or the villain, as her feelings for her husband transform into a frosty hostility to fierce passion. Lara must choose which kingdom she'll save and which she'll destroy. Oh my god, this sounds like an enemies to lover fantasy series, so I am so excited to read it. So recently I've been very into workplace romance book, as well as like friends to lover and enemies to lover. So the fact that this is like a fantasy enemies to lover, I can't wait to delve into it. But I'm gonna wait until I get the other books that's coming in with a new cover. I have pre-ordered them through Target, so once I have them, I'm gonna dive right in and like eat them up because it sounds so good. And there's so many good reviews about the Bridge Kingdom, so if you're into like romanticies, enemies to lovers, definitely check out the series. Okay, moving on to books that I got from Amazon. Like I said, I'm into very spicy romance book lately, and so I just had to get a bunch of books. So yeah, we're gonna dive right in. Okay, the first series I got I got a whole series, and this is by Megan Quinn. I recently read Megan Quinn's book called A Not So Me Cute, and I ate that up. I ate it up. Her writing and that banter that was happening in that book was just chef's kiss. The main character in that book, Not So Me Cute, did annoy me a little bit here and there just because of like her attitude in the book, but overall, like, I love the banter in it. It just, I giggled, I laughed. So yeah, I discovered that I really do like Megan Quinn's writing. So then, therefore, the right thing to do was to go out and buy more of her books, right? Even though my TBR list is super long, but that's just what I did. So I went out and I got the series from Megan Quinn, and this seems like a this is like, yeah, it looks like it's like a hockey romance series, yeah. So, like I said, I've been into hockey romance books a lot recently. I really like C.R. Jane's series, like the Pucking Wrong series. I loved every single one of those books, and like it has my heart. It's like a dark romance it's a dark sports romance, but I am okay with a nice fluffy romance love story too. So anyway, the first book in the series is Kiss and Don't Tell. And so we have 5 hockey players, a cabin in the woods, and little old me, Winnie Berlin. Sounds like the start of a fantasy, right? But it's not. It's my reality. It all started when I got lost in the middle of the Canadian Rockies. A wicked thunderstorm sent my car mudsliding into a ditch, and for a girl whose survival skill involved finding the nearest Starbucks, I was in deep trouble. Forced to abandon my car in search of help, I stumbled upon a cabin in the middle of nowhere. Soaking wet, irritated, and in desperate need of a hot shower, I knocked on the door for help, only to be greeted by 5 boisterous, burly, and insanely attractive men. Not just men, professional hockey players. I hit the mother lode of fantasy, right? Wrong. Because as it turns out, one of them is my ex-boyfriend's half-brother. Oh, and when I end up crashing in their spare bedroom for the night, things take a very unexpected turn. I'm not sure any amount of survival skills can protect my heart from Vancouver agitator star goalie Pacey Laws, but as long as we kiss and don't tell, maybe everything will be okay. Oh, okay, sounds spicy. Sounds spicy. Okay, yeah. This is the first book in the series, and then we have Those Three Little Words. This is the second book in the series. So let's see very quickly. Pacey. Okay, never mind. I think these are just different like books in the series with like different characters in the book. So I'll just read like the first sentence of like every single book at the very top so you get an idea of it. So again, with Kiss and Don't Tell, yeah, the 5 hockey players and her in the cabin in the wood. For the second book, those 3 little words, it says, I knocked up my best friend's sister. In Right Man, Right Time, it says, running into your ex is never ideal. Running into your ex who is now dating your nemesis is a literal nightmare. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, is this like a second chance romance? Who knows? Okay, he's not my type, and it says, word to the wise, never become roommates with a girl you've been pining over for the better part of a year. Oh my gosh! Okay. Those are like some spicy, it sounds very, very spicy, and I can't wait to read them. I love Megan Quinn's writing. Okay. Oh, okay. So I actually bought another book by Megan Quinn, and this is This Is War. This is War. Okay. And it says, did I think I was going to fall for my coach's daughter? The answer would be no. I believe this is like a standalone, or maybe it's the first in a different series, perhaps. No, it says Vancouver Agitators right here too. Oh. Okay, maybe this is like the 5th book in the series. Yeah, this is a Vancouver Agitator. These are all Vancouver Agitators. Okay. Oh, I am so excited. This is like 5 books in a series and they're all hockey romance. What more can I ask for? Okay, alright. Okay, sorry. One last book from Megan Quinn, and it's Bridesma Undercover. And this is the second book in the series of Bridesmaid for Hire. Again, I haven't read Bridesmaid for Hire, but this is the second book. And so I'm not going to go into this because, again, this is the second book in the series. I don't want to spoil anything because I don't know too much about it. But it sounds like... I'll just read a quick excerpt. So it says, she'll have to go undercover to help him prove to his ex he's worth a second chance. But what if the second chance he really needs is with the woman who has been at his side from the start? This sounds like a friends to lover romance book. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Megan. All your tropes are like, oh. Yeah, I love everything. At this point, anything that Megan Quinn writes, I will read. Okay. Moving on. Let's jump into the other Amazon books that I got. Okay. The next 2 books I got are also in a series. And the first book is called Tempting. By Bella Matthews, and the second book is called Redeeming. And I believe this is the Red Lips and White Lie series. So I'll read the first book. It says, a little white lie never hurt anyone, or so I thought. One fake date and we go our separate ways. At least that's new hockey hottest golden boy. Nuncan Sinclair convinced me that this would work, but it turns out Nix has other plan. Now I'm sticking around with my brother's teammate, refusing to admit he's everything I want but never knew I needed. So there's also like a checklist here as well. It's like irresistibly dirty mouth, check. Panty, meddingly possessive, double check. Toe curling lessons in the bedroom, triple check. But when fun leads to feeling, our little white lie starts to feel a little too real. And if I'm not careful, I'll be the one hurt in the end. Okay, as you can see, I am really, really into spicy hockey sports romance lately. So yeah, I'm gonna devour this. It's also very like, it's not thick at all, so it seems very short. So I'm sure I'll get through it very quickly. And yeah, and then there's another book to. This is the second book, so I won't go into it. But this looks like it's a hockey book, and this is like a football romance. So maybe it follows like the brothers or the sisters. Who knows? But the first one is hockey. Second one is football. And there's, I think, 3 or 4 other books in the series too that hasn't been published yet. But look at the cover. It's so pretty. Look at it. It's so pink. I'm gonna eat it up. Okay. Next book in the haul. Okay. This is My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and L.J. Shen. I know L.J. Shen is a dark romance author. And so, yeah, I know that this is a dark romance book. And after reading, again, the Fcking series by C.R. Jane, I am in a spicy, not too dark, but a little bit dark romance. So, yeah, this is why I got this book. I heard good reviews for it. So, some Romeos deserve to die. Okay. It was supposed to be a harmless kiss at a lavish debutante ball, a clandestine moment with a handsome stranger. But unlike his namesake, my Romeo isn't driven by love, he's fueled by revenge. To him, I'm a chess piece, leverage, his rival's betrothed. To me, he's a man deserving of poison, a dark prince I refuse to marry. He thinks I accept my fate. Well, I plan to rewrite it. And in my story, Juliet doesn't die. But Romeo? He perishes. Oh, wait, that's dark romance, but I hope nobody dies in it. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Because if this is like a sad book, I feel like I would have heard it like over TikTok or YouTube, like, and whatnot. So nobody better dies in this book. But yeah, dark romance. Excited to read My Dark Romeo. Okay. Moving on. I have another book by L.J. Shen, and this is called Truly, Madly, Deeply. Okay, so, yeah, look at the sprayed edges. It's just a solid blue cover, but it matches so well with the front cover because it's pink and blue, and it just fits. Okay, this old flame just might set them on fire. Conceited, unattainable, and downright delicious, renowned Michelin star chef Ambrose Casablancas has one passion in life. Food, okay? Women are a distraction, and he doesn't do those. Especially Cal Litvin, his baby sister's best friend. Her entire existence is a complication. She's awkward, eccentric, infuriating, and much to his chagrin, hotter than his kitchen. Ambrose has a lot on his plate, a new restaurant to open, a multi-million-dollar property deal to execute, and a violent stalker to tame. To tame? Who's a stalker? Is it the girl? Then Cal shows up at his doorsteps looking for both a job and salvation after their messy goodbye. His resolve, like his patience, is ebbing each day she works at his restaurant, because Cal's no longer a doe-eyed girl. Now she's a woman who'll do anything to conquer. Okay, so that's about Cal. So about Cal Litvin. Okay, so sorry. That was about Ambrose. Now we're going to read a quick excerpt about Cal. So, quirky, compassionate, ball of sunshine, Calla Litvin can't catch a break, and not just because she swore off running. Back in her hometown to nurse her mother's broken heart after losing her father, she finds herself jobless, hopeless, and penniless. She hopes to rekindle her friendship with her former BFF, but Dylan is attached at the hip to her cruel brother, the one Cal's been secretly crushing on since middle school. Okay, falling for the bad boy the second time around would be a mistake of gargantuan proportion. Too bad she's always been clumsy. Okay, sounds like it's... Is there an age gap? Who knows, but sounds a little bit spicy, so I'm excited to read this book as well. My sister's singing. She doesn't know that I'm filming, but she's singing pretty loudly, and I'm sure you'll hear that. Anyway, next book in the haul, we have... the series. The first book is A Deal with the Devil, and I don't know what number. I think this is the second book. This is The Devil and the Deep Blue Seas. There are 4 more books in the series that's coming my way right now. It's just delayed in shipping, but yeah. I think the first book is a job romance. So it says, he might not be the devil, but working under him for 6 weeks is my idea of hell. Hayes Flynn is an arrogant jerk known best for his Scotch habit and the way he spreads his British charm all over Hollywood, never with the same woman twice. He's the last person I want to work for, except he has a face I can't look away from, and the longer we're together, the harder he is to hate. Because under the smug exterior is a heart he doesn't want to show, one that was badly broken a decade earlier. A part of me wants to fix it for him before I leave, but can I do it without breaking my own in the process? Okay. I was specifically looking for a workplace romance book, especially ones with like a little bit of tensions and whatnot. And this is when I found out about this series by Elizabeth O'Rourke. So yeah, so this is A Deal with the Devil. So I'm excited to read this book. What is the second book about? I think the second book is just another person like within this like world and whatnot. But yeah, these are the 2 books that I got. They're not too thick as well. And like I said, there's like 4 books in the series. And I know, I am one of those person who will buy the whole entire series without knowing if I'll like the first book or not. But honestly, if I see that the reviews are good and whatnot, I will buy the whole entire series. It's just, I just like having the whole entire series there to look at. So yeah. These are the discreet covers. Let me show you guys the cover for these actual books. So you see how, and I'm gonna return this one because I bought this one by accident and I meant to buy the discreet cover. But anyway, this is the discreet cover for, again, The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea, right? Very cute. I mean, they're in like swimming outfits, but that's fine. It's a discreet cover, right? Guys, this is the original cover, like, okay, all right, yeah, we need to return this book because I can't have people seeing this book in my bookshelf. So yeah. Excuse me. Okay, the second to last book that I have in my book haul is A Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Signer. Okay, I was feeling a little bit down like last week when I ordered this book, and I was just like googling like a good sad book, and this is what came up from TikTok. And so I got this book, and I didn't imagine it to be so thick because this book is thick. Okay. So I got this book. I don't think I'm gonna read it anytime soon yet. I will say this for a good day where I want to be sad. I have no idea what it's about, so we're gonna read the back excerpt together. But yeah, so it says, celebrate 5 years of sweet, angsty pain with a special edition. Oh my god, angsty pain, 5 years. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Okay. It's very short, but it says, I saw him first, but it didn't matter because he saw her. He was my best friend, and I was his. We couldn't be together, but we couldn't stand to be apart. And if you're not truly lovers, but you're so much more than friends, what exactly are you? So this says it's an absolute masterpiece for angst lover. Oh, okay. Is this book gonna be sad, or is there like a happy ending to this book? I don't know if I want to feel angsty. I don't know if I want to feel angsty for this long. But regardless, I am excited to read this book. So yeah. Okay. The last book of this book haul is The Orphan of Destiny, David Hall by A.J. Knight. And yeah, I found this on Amazon. And so here we are with it. And so we're just going to dive right in and see what it's about because I'm not too sure yet. But it says, The Orphan of Destiny, David Hall is a riveting tale of courage, ingenuity, and determination. Set in the bustling city of Dalton in the early 21st century, the story follows a seemingly ordinary young man, David Hall, who leaves a toxic home environment to make a new life for himself. However, the plot thickens as he unwittingly thrusts himself into a world of deception and danger. David's parents had met their unfortunate and ultimately death when he was just a child. Without them at the helm, the Hall family empire has been built, quickly vanished, and David was left with nothing but their names to cling to. Unbeknownst to David, his parents hadn't died in a simple accident. They were murdered by an unknown foe. David's intelligence and quick thinking becomes his greatest weapon in navigating this dangerous world. He designs an ingenious trap to ensure his foes and orchestrates a grand spectacle to demonstrate the might of the Hall family empire, effectively announcing the revival and return of Dalton's greatest power. Okay, so it seems like this is a book that's like on a journey. So we're gonna read this and see how this goes. I was actually like reached out by A.J. Knight, and so we're gonna read this book and see how it goes. But I'm excited. Honestly, if anybody reaches out to me and tells me to read a book, I will I will read a book. I'll just read a book because like why not? But anyway, these are all the books that I got from like the sales and stuff that was happening recently. And so I just had to do this quick video because I wasn't gonna do a haul. I was gonna put them on my shelf, but I was like, this is content. I need to film content. So this is my book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I know this is like a lot of books that I obtained recently from the last video recently, and like this video I have a lot of books, but that just means I can reorganize my bookshelf because it's time. I have been struggling to reorganize my bookshelf because I don't know how to reorganize it. Like, is it by author? Is it by colors? How do I do it? And I came up with a solution. And that solution is to reorganize it by mood. I am going to organize my bookshelf by mood because that's how I want to be able to find my books. So I'm going to organize it in like fantasy, sports romance and whatnot. So I'm going to reorganize this bookshelves because I have some there, I have some behind me, and I have the same setup of the same bookshelf like over there. So I have like 4 and 4 over there. And so yeah, we're going to do just that. So hopefully I'll have a bookshelf tour for you soon. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see a bookshelf like reorganization video before I go into the bookshelf like tour. So yeah, this is the book haul and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment what type of not book talk, but like book content that you want me to film. And yeah, thank you so much for supporting me and watching this video. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Bye!